Me and my wife were looking for a babysitter. We need somebody to watch our kids so we can go to work and just do our business because our past babysitter, she retired. Well, we thought that we found the perfect candidate, but what we actually found turned out to be a complete nightmare, and all these rumors started circulating about our family. And it turns out I found a giant secret about this new babysitter. Hey everyone, I need some unbiased opinions here because I'm at a loss and I don't know what to do. For a bit of context, I'm a 31-year-old male, married for 9 years, and we have an 8-year-old son. I recently got promoted in my high-paying job and we just moved into a new house. My wife, who's a middle school teacher, and I are both working throughout the day, so we needed to hire a babysitter for our child during the weekdays. We began interviews, and, well, it was a whirlwind of different people, but one person in particular, a young freshman college girl, stood out to us. She had a charismatic attitude, and her friendly gestures instantly won us over. She seemed extremely knowledgeable about children and childcare, and we both felt comfortable with her watching our son. But after a few weeks, things started to change. Our son, who's usually very open and talkative, became somewhat distant. When we asked him about his day, he was very vague, simply shrugging and saying everything was fine, and I started noticing some small things around the house too. Items were moved. Food inside the fridge was missing, and one day I found a picture of our family turned face down on the mantel. I tried to brush it off, but my gut feelings told me that something was off. My wife, being a bit more trusting, insisted that I was just overthinking it, but I could not shake the feeling that something was not right with our babysitter. One day, I decided to come home early from work to surprise my son and see if everything was as it should be. As I pulled into the driveway, I noticed an unfamiliar car parked in the front. My heart started pounding as I entered the house, only to find our babysitter entertaining a friend in our living room, while my son was in his room alone playing on his tablet. I was absolutely livid and confronted her, but she seemed unfazed and even had an excuse ready, saying it was her study buddy, and they were just working on a project. She was polite and apologetic, but something in her eyes told me that there was more to the story. I discussed it with my wife. She's torn between believing the babysitter and trusting my instincts, and we agreed to give her another chance. But I can't help but feel that we're making a huge mistake. What do you guys think? Drop a comment down below, and I will be back for an update. What's up, everybody? Mr. Reddito here. So, the story does not end here. I have multiple updates, and guys, you're not going to believe about a situation with the babysitter because it is about to escalate. If you guys are new to Mr. Reddito's Revenge channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button for daily revenge stories. And let's go ahead and jump into update number 1. Hey everyone, I just want to give an update on the situation with our babysitter, and I'm honestly at my wit's end. It's been 2 weeks since my last post, and things have only gotten worse with the babysitter. My instincts were screaming at me to fire her, fire her, fire her. But my wife kept insisting that we give her another chance. She believes it's easier to train someone to do something right rather than to hire somebody brand new and start over, and I did not want to upset my wife, so I reluctantly agreed. But the babysitter's behavior just kept deteriorating. I would come home to simply find her sitting on the couch watching the television while our child was left alone in the room. The little gestures of disrespect around the house continued, and I could not shake the feeling that she was growing more and more bold in her actions. The tipping point, it came last week, when I got off work and found her engrossed in a movie, completely ignoring her responsibilities, and I could see our son in his room through the doorway, playing with something that looked suspiciously like my work tools. My anger, it was boiling over, and I confronted her as I was about to pay her for the week. In the heat of the moment, I told her I was deducting money from her paycheck because of her lackluster performance and half-butted approach to the job. She became visibly uncomfortable and her face went pale. Her once charismatic attitude seemed to vanish as she stammered out to an apology and took the reduced pay, and quickly left the house in a hurry. My wife was shocked when I told her what I've done, and we had a heated argument that night, and she believes that I acted rashly, while I feel it was a justified response to the babysitter's constant negligence. What do you guys think? Update number 2. Guys, it's been a long month since my last update, and I'm grappling with emotions I never thought I'd feel. I'm filled with anger, frustration, and, well, a nagging feeling of injustice that simply won't go away. As you may recall, I've deducted money from our babysitter's paycheck because of her negligence. She did not show up for her next shift, leaving us in a lurch. I had to stay home with her son for a week while we looked for a replacement, but that was just the beginning of the trouble, see? Word got back to us that the old babysitter started spreading false rumors around town, saying that I had made inappropriate comments about her appearance and made her feel uncomfortable. This was a complete and utter lie, and I was blindsided when my wife confronted me with the allegations. My heart sank as my wife repeated the rumors with her voice trembling with doubt and confusion. I could not believe she was even asking me these questions, but I understood her concern. The betrayal I felt was indescribable, and I lost my temper, rage boiling over in a way I'd never experienced before. My wife saw the pain in my eyes and quickly realized that the rumors could not be true. She apologized profusely with tears streaming down her face for even questioning my loyalty. We hugged, but as we held each other, a dark thought crept into my mind. It was the thought of revenge. You see, the idea of this college kid tarnishing my reputation, turning my community against me, and making me look like a cheater, and casting a shadow over my family's life was too much to bear. I knew I had to do something about it, so I've started gathering evidence of her negligence, collecting text messages, pictures of the state that she left our house in, and testimonies from friends who witnessed her behavior firsthand. I've even considered seeking legal advice, but the more I delve into the quest for justice, as I say, the more I question my motives. Am I letting my anger cloud my judgment? Should I just let it go? Am I stooping to her level? What example am I setting for my son? My wife supports me, but is worried about how far I might take this. I've never been one to seek revenge, but I can't shake the feeling that I need to stand up for myself in my family's name. Update number 3. Guys, it's been an intense month and I've taken actions that I've never thought I'd take before. I'm filled with conflicting emotions, and I need a bit of guidance to know whether I've gone too far or acted justifiably. I spent the last few weeks informing my neighbors about the entire situation with the former babysitter. I explained the false rumors that she spread and the motive behind her lies and the examples of her poor babysitting performance that led me to take the money out of her pay. My intent was to present the full story, and I wanted my neighbors to be aware of the truth. As I went around the neighborhood, some neighbors started to relate to my examples and even began to believe my side of the story finally. I was starting to receive a bit of support, and it was very validating. But the whole process was draining. So emotionally. I didn't stop there. I went online to our local website, which helps families search for babysitters, and I left a scathing review under the babysitter's profile. I detailed everything that she had done and literally damage it had cost to my reputation in town. I felt a monetary satisfaction, I would say, but then a wave of guilt washed over me. Had I just ruined her chances of getting any future babysitting jobs? Was this little petty bit of revenge justified, or had I stooped to her level? My wife, although supportive, has expressed her concerns about how far I've taken things.
She's starting to question if we should have just moved on, and I can't help but wonder if she's right. Now, as I sit here reflecting on everything that transpired, I'm questioning my actions. Was I right to stand up for my family, or did I let my anger get the best of me? Did I become the very thing I was fighting against? I'm haunted by the possibility that I've made a mistake. I wanted to clear my name, but I did become a villain in the process, maybe? I don't know. My son has seen the toll it's taken on me, and I worry about the example that I've set for him, so the last time I ask you guys this, I come to you for a question. Am I the a-hole for seeking revenge and potentially ruining our former babysitter's reputation? I feel both vindicated and guilty, and I need to know if I did the right thing or if I let my emotions guide me down a deep, dark path.
Alright guys, so this story did have a bit of drama to it. I want to read some of the comments. There's 5 comments that I've compiled about this story, and then we'll discuss it in our comment section and see which one gives the best advice. Let's start with comment number 1. It says, I cannot believe the babysitter was so negligent. Leaving an 8-year-old unsupervised, that is unacceptable. You hire someone to keep an eye on your child, not to watch TV all day. This is a massive breach of trust, and I would not blame anyone for being furious about it. Alright, so that's comment number 1, and I can definitely see their perspective, but let's see if there's a better comment. Comment number 2 says, OP did exactly what needed to be done. If somebody is slandering your reputation and acting irresponsibly with your child's safety, you have every right to defend yourself and your family. It's not just about revenge, it's about standing up for what is right. So guys, there looks like a little pattern from these comments so far. OP is in the right, according to these first 2 comments, but let's see what number 3 says. I'm fully on OP's side here. The babysitter's actions were way out of line, both in her job performance and the malicious rumors that she spread. Clearing his name and ensuring that others know about her behavior is not only justified but responsible. He probably saved other families from similar issues. Comment number 4 says, I understand OP's frustration, but I think he took it too far. Leaving a nasty review and going around the neighborhood spreading the story may have felt good in the moment, but it could have lasting effects on the babysitter's future. 2 wrongs don't make a right, and sometimes it's better that you take the high road. Everyone sucks here. So comment number 4 is our first different opinion. It says everyone sucks here. Let me know if you agree with that. And here is the final comment. Honestly, I have to agree, everyone sucks here. The babysitter was clearly irresponsible and vindictive, but OP's revenge quest might have crossed some lines. There are ways to handle these situations without stopping to, do personal attacks and possibly ruining someone's future. This whole situation needed more maturity from all parties involved. So guys, I'm going to ask you now which one you agree with the most. In my opinion, I don't think OP's the a-hole, and I don't necessarily think everyone sucks here, because that babysitter, she does need to be exposed, in my opinion. But if you guys disagree, let me know in our comment section down below. So I'm going with comment number 1. I cannot believe the babysitter was so negligent. Guys, that's all the stories for today. If you want daily revenge stories, make sure you subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and just remember, it's cool to be kind. See ya!